So
Yeah.
you're on a veggie looking quad. You've made it to the city of New Pavo. Can someone give me a recap? What happened? Where are we? Who am I? Cool. Oh, thanks. I'll do my best. You've assisted me nothing. Oh, it's all coming back to me now.
Yeah, and now Abram is totally safe.
You're right. That all worked marvelously. Okay, you guys are, you're on your way to the university. Pavius University. There's an attached museum for local history, as well as the actual lecture halls and whatnot. There's some dormitories. It's not too many students that are out and about. You see some faculty, you see some people with kids, big sun hats themselves, walking amongst the trees down to wherever they need to go. Not too many vehicles besides like some basic bitch scooters. See a skateboard or two. They're hip, they're young. No.
Like how young?
Nobody seems. I
Like
mean,
legal or not?
no legal. Anybody who's not legal is with a parent. You fuck.
Okay.
But I mean, it's a college university, so most of the people that you see are of at least college age, which is like 19 and above. Where in the map are you? You're on this north side by the water. Indeed. If you were to look over to the west side, you'd see more sandy approaches, more dusty trails out into the water where it terminates in what looks to be like green, like a forest of reeds and seaweed that comes out
I'm
of the
sorry.
water.
I was horribly like zoomed in, so I didn't get to see that. Where exactly are we?
You're on the north part of the city.
Oh, okay.
The northern half. And to the south you can see the space elevator towering high into the sky. Okay, and I guess you guys are going to be going to the... Do you have a plan that I should know about, or...?
Were we still going to that thing?
Yes.
Yes.
The scholarly place? I forget exactly what it was.
The college. We're going to the college to ask about the orb, I believe.
Alright. You approach the college, and it's a big, multi-columned facility that seems to be like the main hall. It's connected to a big glass cylindrical structure on the rooftops, but it also like comes down to form one side of the building. This glass wall, curvy. And you go up to the front desk, and there's a young woman sitting there. She's in like a nice blue coat, jaunty hat to go with it, a red tie. And she sees you three, and she lifts her head up from her pen, whatever she's writing down on the ground, and she says, "Oh, how can I help? Can I help you three?"
Nix, you live here, you talk.
If it's about payment thing or anything like that, you're gonna need to talk to admissions. History okay. Do you have a class? Or do you... Right. Okay, well then how about you go to the museum part next door, and I'm sure there's a curator there, or two that'd be willing to answer some questions. It's mostly just interns who are excited about anthropology. I'm sure they'd love to answer your questions. It's just down
I'm
the
actually
hall.
starting school here, and I need to meet with my professor if it'd be cool. He called me and sent me an email about, I don't know, some kind of check on my high school grades, I guess, that didn't quite make it through, so he wanted to talk to me personally about the transcript.
She's like confused and scared. Okay. So, are you looking for him?
Yeah. He sent me an email. He didn't exactly tell me where I'd find him. He said, just talk to the woman at the front desk.
She looks through some
very capable.
calendars. She looks through some calendars. Roll persuasion, but she's looking through some calendars.
Okay.
She's like checking some things to see what day it is, what date it is. It's actually in the late summer, so school hasn't really started yet unless you're doing a summer quick term or something like that.
Ton.
Yeah, okay, that's sufficient. Just barely, but it's sufficient.
Sweet.
And she looks down from the calendar and says, "Okay, on to today's, he's usually in his back office. It's still connected to the museum, so you're still gonna have to go the same way. But if you just hang right and follow the wall around the big mural in the far back, you'll see like a small glass office, and he'll probably be just in there. He deals with the interns and stuff like that, so he's like the manager on duty for them. If you need to talk with him, just knock and make sure he's not busy.
Okay, cool. Thank you. What was your name? Sorry.
My name's Mary.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you.
Okay, toodles. And she goes back to what she's doing, which appears to just be like checking off paperwork.
Nice.
All right. You guys all go there, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You've subverted the main entrance, but you come in from a side area. Then you see several people walking around, families with kids, some people who do look like interns with clipboards and stuff like that, all walking around these small things in glass. Like you see a few pedestals as you enter in. Everything's mostly white, and you do see on the far wall glass. And presumably you're now in the big glass structure. Inside of these pedestals, it looks to be like scrap metal or something. Like you don't really know what. It's just twisted and all like weird looking, melty. But there's lots of them, and they're all just stacked up on top of each other in these short pedestals covered with a glass containment unit. You do see a few pieces of art, like for real art, hanging on walls. Mostly images of doomed seas or rough oceans, things like that. Some are a few like night skies. Though they look like somebody's an artistic interpretation, very swirly, a lot more stars than you might actually see on a dusty Sargasson sky. The Space Van Goes is signed at the bottom. You keep walking and you go past the actual main entrance, which is just an open air, several columns. You do see a few security people, but they're not dressed in like the white armor that you saw for the patrol officers or the police in the main city. They look like young kids who are manning the they look like actual like campus security. Okay, and then you turn the corner, and in the center of this gigantic, massive room, suspended from the sky, seemingly, but with thin cables, looks to be like a giant satellite, like a space station, with 4 big outstretching arms of black solar sail-like material, and then 4 down-reaching arms with lots of glass and beautiful colors. Everything is mostly blue, silver, and strips of orange, where there's actual LEDs put into this gigantic model. It's like 30 feet high and 30 feet wide in terms of wingspan. And all around the area, you see people walking and talking and saying hello to things and checking out art. And you see like small devices and little holograms projecting people who are giving lectures on various things. You see various biographies on mayors of what is listed as Paulus Tyrrus, but also New Pavo. You see various shipping containers from bygone industries when people used to might be more seafaring as opposed to spacefaring. Do you guys have anything to say or do, or desires, dreams that you want me to fulfill?
How big is the space station?
Do you like in the model that you see? It's like 30 feet tall. It's about 15 feet off the ground. It's just being suspended by cable, so it looks like it's floating. And it's like 45. It's like a 45 with like a radius. So it's huge. I guess it's 80 feet in total, but each wing is 45, and it comes off of this central cylindrically shaped structure.
Do I recognize it?
Yes, you recognize it from papers and from postcards and things that would be like, oh, wish you were here. No, not really. That those kind of postcards.
Oh
But like
my god.
postage stamps that are like recalling. You don't really need to have any kind of rule for history, because there's also a lot of signage around posters, words that say that this is a scale model of Pavo Station. And you can't read, so that it does have an issue there. But you recognize it as a Pavo Station before the incident.
Okay, cool.
There's a short blurb, there's a poster, you can come up and read it. You know, if you could read.
I feel it. I feel it. Okay.
You can make a literacy roll.
No, I can't.
Fair.
That would be like wisdom or something, right?
Probably intelligence, but you
Yeah,
you
I'll
literally can't
I'll,
read. That's like a thing,
yeah, I'll
right?
skip it. It's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. That's fine then. Yeah, you recognize pictures and posters, and there's like a few smaller scale pictures that show just like a fireball in a skyline. Does anybody follow her, or do you meander?
No, I follow.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. You guys walk through people, you walk through things, you walk through a life-size replica of Mayor Gordon Howard. He's giving a thumbs up, and he has a huge winky smile on his face. It's a cardboard cutout. You don't know who he is, but his smile is reassuring. You get back to the back office, and you just see a very short, very gray-haired, scruffy man, face down. You can't see his eyes, buried in mountains of paperwork, book after book after book after book. He shoots up like a dart from his chair, like into the ceiling almost. He's like, "Oh my god!" And then he like looks around you, and he like makes a few like very comically painful blinks, and then he finds his glasses, and then he steps up from his desk, and he's about 4'8" maybe, and he walks over to his front door, and then he opens it, pushes forward, and with two big squinting eyes, who's got good perception?
I'm taller.
Yeah, if Abram and Nix notice this immediately. Aurelio, you notice it after maybe a minute later after this moment. His eyes are like squared pupils. They're a bright green.
Is it a goat?
Like a goat.
Because goats have those square pupils.
And he says, hello?
Um,
Um, hello there. Can I do something for you, 2, 3? 3, 1, 2, 3. I run the history department, not the math department. Oh, yes. Mary at the desk sent me a little call. She said that someone was having trouble with the paperwork for signing up for classes. Who is it? Are you the parents of this young man? Is this... Do I need to... Oh, okay.
yeah, that was me. But there, uh, how do I say I lied without saying I lied? You see, that is something that I need to do. But first, I figure maybe you might like to take a look at something that me and my friends found in the desert.
That is a very strange request. Are you scavengers? Are you
Maybe.
perhaps thinking about a donation? We are collective artifacts here. He like wraps his hands like around his lapels and like pulls them out a little bit, like, yeah, I'm a professional. Yeah, yes, please, sure, yes, we can, please come in, please. You all three go in and sit down at the desk? Okay, it's a very open aired office. Like the one wall is just like glass you can see out, and people are all walking around enjoying the various sights and sounds of this tiny museum. Oh, I forgot to mention, there was also a giant skeleton of like some kind of weird fusion between a Tyrannosaurus Rex and a Stegosaurus. It was like a T-Rex but with 4 limbs instead of 2 and 2 tiny arms. So, you have a donation to make to our service? Can I see the artifact? Oh.
Well, you can flip it all you want, but I don't think that the DM ever gave you a name of anything in particular. But I mean, you're very welcome, by all means. Lights, and like with capital L's and E's. No, I'm afraid not. That sounds very poetic.
So would you recommend the English department for that part of this?
What? No, I would not. They are fools. We may live in the modern era, but even that sounds like science fiction. I'm afraid I am unaware of telephones capable of linking minds. Are you perhaps... I feel like we're beating around the bush here. Do you think you could perhaps just show me whatever it is you are talking about?
Do it, Abram.
Do it. I pull out my machine gun. I take
No, I don't
my.
know.
Say no more. I take the backpack off, and no, it's fine. I
Beat him with it.
I gently remove the orb and set it on the desk, but I keep a close eye on it.
He pulls up his glasses closer to his face and leans in very, very close, squinting with his green goat-like eyes.
Oh my. Well, this is a most curious specimen. Where did you find it? It's how... Where? Yes, where did you find it? Okay. It's a big world there, young miss. I mean, can you be more specific?
Can I just say that, like, I describe it and, like, not have to actually say everything?
I see. You found it on the moon.
You tell him it's in a
got me.
ravine. In a ship that was like buried in the side
I
of a
mean, do
ravine.
we all agree with that? Like, is that cool?
Sure.
Then yes.
Most interesting. That must have been quite an old ship then. I've not seen something like this before.
And he picks it up and moves it around in his hands, and he notices again, like, wow, this is quite heavy, and it's very cold. You see him like pull his jacket closer around him. It's like he doesn't quite realize that it is what might be removing his heat.
Huh. Are you sure this isn't some kind of remnant from the station falling? It sounds to me like you're describing some kind of power source, or it what? How could you be so certain, miss? I should really compare this with my notes, or perhaps some of the artifacts recovered from the station, but... Oh, fine, I suppose you're probably right. This is too small, after all. Oh, my goodness. It looks to me some kind of gray stone.
He stands up from his desk and like goes to some books behind him, as if that's going to have the solution to his question. The ball rests ominously on his desk. He pulls a book off the shelf and then slams it down on his desk. And then he jumps up in the chair because, you know, he's a little too short. He has to scoot up into it.
Yes, mother, do this is a stone of Farsi? No. What is three man's Liga fair? Oh, my two. What is this perhaps just a stone from those old? Where in a ship? Where in a ship? Was it just on the floor? In a crate.
Like a fancy crate.
Well, in the years when natives were still natives and Lunaris didn't have much to connect to with the people here. There was all kinds of strange cultural traditions, and one such thing was the transportation of small stone-like objects, but I don't know what they're for or why they were so important to the people of Sargasso. I don't think that this is it even anyway. This is a little too smooth. A little too, machined.
And it talks.
And it talks.
I described the talking.
I feel like that was a pretty easy thing to describe. I'm gonna make you do that.
You do it. You got it. You got this.
Roll perception. Just while you're talking, roll perception. His eyes grow wide as you repeat that statement to him.
Oh my. Are you telling me this thing is what all the hubbub is about?
From his desk, everybody roll perception, by the way. From his desk, he pulls out a newspaper that's dated from, like, I guess, like, the day before. And he puts it down on the page, and, like, the bottom left-hand corner, not the headline, but the bottom left-hand corner, Aurelio. Abram, you still have to roll, but I'm going to tell Aurelio because he definitely found out. JK! Aurelio, you see, like, a computer behind him, like, on the back desk. And it's set to just be, like, some generic, like, security camera feed and, like, a link to the internet, like, around the museum. And it quickly, like, buzzes. It, like, fizzes. It goes all staticky for a second. And you see, like, an icon in the dead center appear that looks to be, like, a tiny, like, chibified version of a radio tower. And then it quickly phases out, and then the video feed returns to the way it was.
Like,
Oh, I guess Abram, you see that too then, since you got plus a 3.
Sometime.
Plus a meaty. Abram and Aurelio, you notice this Nyx is too busy recounting the tale of the orb. He slides
like
over.
a TV thing. Like, is that? Did they have a radio tower at 10 feet, or is that a water tower?
They had both. But Nyx slides a piece of paper over to you, and on the bottom left-hand corner, not the headline, but still a significant portion of the front page, that's labeled as like New Pavo Times. It says like strange signal heard throughout city. And you can quickly try to skim the article. It's a very long article talking about all the different causes, but
I mean, I don't know.
it all comes down to different people saying like that yes, there was a strange signal that some people heard throughout the entirety of the city and some people didn't. And it came down to a rough sentence that some people could remember that involves some kind of reference to power, something about light, and you see like a few like crazy stories that are like, oh, the local power company is like doing some kind of PR stunt. And then you see a few other people referring to like weird lights in the sky and like how it links to whatever kind of weird UFO searching religion they've got going on, and it's basically just recounting that people in New Pavo also heard this.
Yeah.
Are you claiming responsibility for that strange happening? Are you saying that this did that?
Yeah.
Oh,
He stands up and takes the orb off the table and tries to make a break for the door. Not like running, but like he's talking as he goes.
he's like, this is such a unique find. We should take this to the science department immediately and have it X-rayed and put
I've
on
locked
display.
the door.
Oh, excuse me, young man.
And he tries to like worm his way around.
Can you please just move?
I just stand
hello?
at the door staring
Sir,
down.
you're very tall and beefy, and I cannot move you. Can you? Miss,
I'm
please.
rolling sleight of hand.
Okay, what's what I say?
Miss, this is silly. Please, you found an interesting art. This would be amazing for the museum. I can only imagine what kind of Hello, and so you take the give that back. Really?
Also, I have it now.
Yes.
Yes.
It was not difficult to
I
bully
hold it
this old
above
man.
him.
No, that's not fair. Please give it. I'm short, I know, but no.
Abram. Abram physically moves this man back to the desk.
No,
if I
you.
can.
This is rude.
Sir,
So do you know anything
What
or
else we
not?
do?
Oh, we all said something. What?
I'm just saying you can't just grab people's stuff.
Yeah, that's rude. No, Abram just finally asks, do you know anything or not?
Oh, fine. It reminds me of what they used to call lodestones. Lodestones.
Like Lode?
Yes. There's several references to them, and we've found archaeological finds of them before. They're usually just like chiseled limestone or polished marble or something else where old navigators on this planet would use them for navigating somehow, some way. And in other regards, other oral traditions would say that they were also used for the transportation of valuable goods. A few lodestones would be like used like eggs almost. You could crack them open at their destination, and whatever had been sealed inside in the sealing process would be as good as new, and you could travel long, harsh distances, and whatever it was you needed to be kept safe, like gold or platinum or some kind of like anything really would be kept safe inside these things until they were cracked open at their destination. None of them ever talked, however. That's a unique trait.
So there's something. Ask him. Go ahead.
Not the slightest hint. It certainly sounds metaphorical. Unless we have some kind of secret place called Light's End in big bright letters that I don't know about.
He looks very disgruntled, and he's like, I want to put the orb on a thing in a box and look at it. It's what I want to do.
But I will. But
Real persuasion.
I want it. It would look so pretty next to the Pavo stave.
Nice.
Oh, fine. I suppose you did find it, and it is yours, technically. And you would have to donate it in order for me to get it. Oh, yes, please. By all means. My name is Maxwell Tobias. Please take a card. I'm head of the History and Anthropology Department here at Paulus Tyrus's Pavius University. I'm also the curator for this museum exhibit that you are seeing on Pavo Station. I'm sure I can tell you if you want. We've got plenty of displays. 10 years ago, the station fell in a horrible accident. Yes, indeed. And then afterwards, pieces that could be recovered that didn't fall into the tainted sea were dredged from the sands, and anything that we could collect, we did. Some of the things were dangerous, even radiated by the explosion that ruined the old city in the sky. Anything that was deemed safe, we packed up and put here on display as a sort of memorial for the fallen station. Anything that was of exceptional value, however, was recovered by Lunaris themselves. It is one of their cities, after all. It was a tragic time. But in its place, we built this wonderful city of New Pavo, and we built upon the existing settlement of Polysteus into the glorious city with space elevator you see today.
He looks very proud. Like, finally, I can tell somebody.
It was a tragic loss for the people of Lunaris, but between the rebuilding of the area and the building of the settlement, we've grown much closer as two neighbors in the sector and the celestial bodies that we inhabit. Their outreach program has done wonders for the people of Polysteus.
Outreach program?
Yes, they claimed. Well, you see, there was a horrible wake of destruction as the city fell to the planet below, and they owned up. They took responsibility, and between the natives of Sargasso and Lunaris, we formed an alliance, I guess you could call it. And since then, they've been occupying the ground, and we've been doing proper business. No more of that indentured life in those penal colonies that you hear about in stories.
Cool.
Indeed. Well, there she goes. Did you two have any other questions while you were here?
You sure the English department doesn't know what Light's End is?
I'm certain. Why would they? It's just two random words. Do you know what canned beans mean?
Yeah.
Means canned beans. Light's End means just Light's End. By the
Okay,
hair on
thank
my
you.
chinny chin chin, I know nothing more.
Oh, I appreciate your time, thank you. I hand the orb back to Abram.
I put it back in my bag and put it on my shoulder.
Dr. Goat makes a
Put that-
gentle reach for it, but he yields.
Put that down.
Okay. I guess I
I'm trying
Go
to
out.
figure I'm trying to figure out something. Well, you can leave, but Abram has to ask something. He wants to ask.
I'm afraid if you want to join classes, you'll have to apply for next year, unless you're trying to do a quick session in the fall. It's going to be busy, but maybe I could write you a recommendation letter.
Alright. Is he talking to me or?
Yes, you, Pinky.
Don't call me that.
The small
I
red
will-
one has left us. You're here with the goat man now.
gonna
What?
sacrifice you to Satan.
Okay, he's. You're my sacrifice.
really-
Okay. If Lunaris is helping the people here, why are there so many outside of the walls being turned away?
Oh, it's borders. You can't just let everybody in all at once. It'd be rampant. And besides, it's good that more people come. Immigration is fantastic for the economy. We've been building up more and more city every day. We move out into the deserts and building more towers and more stations and more harbors. But we can only deal with so many at a time if we want everyone to follow the proper legal procedures.
Abram just turns to go.
Okay, bye-bye.
And you're back out in the curated the regular section of the museum. The goat man longingly looks at you. It's got
Aurelio's
numbers.
trying
But
to climb onto the middle.
Oh my god.
what?
Not really.
Get down from there.
Not really.
Abram leashes Aurelio and I guess goes over and looks at Nyx.
Look, don't touch. Nyx, what are you looking at?
Yeah, you look up at it and you can see that it's like some basic statistics for the Pavo station, and it says things like population before the fall, how long it was in operation for before the incident occurred, how many people were lost when the station touched down. some like minor trivia information. If you want, you can look yourself, but I'd make you roll perception.
Next, does this interest you?
The numbers, by the way, they're like in the millions in terms of deceased. Okay, maybe not. Millions would be like including the people on the ground, like overall people who were injured or like casualty of this. The station itself was in like hundreds of thousands. It was very large.
I want to ask if it would be too presumptuous to have Abram ask if she was involved somehow, because I mean, I'm getting that feeling. Okay. He kind of looks at Nyx for a moment. Nyx, were you involved somehow? He looks at Aurelia.
Aurelio just like kind of like has like wild eyes, and he just shrugs and goes, "Oh, where did you? Is that where? Aurelio like doesn't know how to handle the situation. is that where you did
Did you used to live on Pavo before it fell?
yeah.
It's true. The sign says no survivors.
Did you leave before it?
Abram looks very unsympathetic, as if he doesn't understand that she doesn't want to talk about it. So he's just staring, waiting.
Aurelio feels very uncomfortable.
The lights go out.
Like, I don't like
The lights went out.
The lights all go out.
I turn my head like over my shoulder.
I'm.
Yeah, can
no
we see
help.
anything?
Lights all
Wait,
go
I
out.
don't have my light.
And then any
No.
TV, everything goes black. Some people start whispering for a second. And then on the TV, they all spring up, and every single one of them has the repeating little, like, tiny... It looks like a radio tower, like, cutified. In, like, bright blues and pinks. And you hear the sound of, like, a Jack-in-the-Box laughing. And then the TVs go out again. And then red lights come on. And then the lights come back on again.
Very loudly, Aurelio just goes, "Huh, wow, that's really weird that the power companies keep trying to fool us into their new PR stunt. I mean, they're just getting crazier and crazier these
Oh,
days."
yeah, that was kind of weird. All right, well, I mean, bye. Lights are on. This is random
Abram
bystanders.
stares at Aurelio.
Aurelio just puts his hand over his mouth and just whispers, "We gotta come out of the know."
What is the no? What do you think? Do you think you know what's happening? You just...
He thinks Abram thinks Aurelio does. That's why he's like, "What's going on? Are these your people?"
Tango 1.
Do I
Activate the
do I
EMP.
recognize? Do I recognize anything that just happened?
Yeah. Does anyone?
No, nobody recognizes anything that's happening. Unfortunately, I don't know what number you could possibly roll to know what's happening.
Investigation.
Okay, Jack.
I mean, you can try. Well, if you get like a fucking nat 20, then we'll see. This is like nat 20 or bust. Yeah, feel free to roll investigation, I guess.
I'm rolling deception to deceive it into letting me know what happened.
I'm gonna pass on that one, but good try. I respect that. I'm going investigation or bust.
I don't know.
Are
Damn
you
it.
fucking
Abram knows.
kidding me?
Abram knows. Abram knows.
Wow. You know what? Holy shit! I said that if anybody got a nat 20, I'd tell you something, and you fucking did it. I guess it's a 5% chance, huh? Yeah, I get you got a
Jesus.
-1, but like a 1 in 5,
Yeah, I was
1 in
gonna
20.
say, snatched from my jaws, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay. It wasn't magical. It was not. It was like there was some loud, weird like pricks and sound and staticky kind of noise that really just sounded like this was a technological phenomena, and it wasn't like your orb did anything to it, if that's what you were wondering. And the little like chibi radio thing is not a insignia. It's not an insignia that you recognize, and it looks very crudely made. Like maybe some person was just like dicking around and and basically an amateur photoshopper made it. It was not like an enigmatic, like the machines have ghosts in them or something kind of thing. Yeah, they drew it with a mouse. It's really sad.
They did the best with what they had.
Yeah.
One
Oh,
small
it is weird
question.
you saw that
then.
earlier.
Yeah, that. But I was just gonna also look around. Does anyone look suspicious, or do they all look like confused or otherwise like
Wow, you're good.
indifference?
Of
course.
You see one person who isn't really paying much attention, and it's a janitor. Custodian.
A janitor. It's always the janitor. Okay, well, I notice him, and then I nudge Aurelio and like nod. And then if Nyx is also paying attention.
Let me just cross off that part of the arc, the adventure. Right, fast forwarding like 15 sessions. All right, carry on.
You better not. You better
I'm
recycle
just
it.
teasing. Go for it.
Well, I nudge my partners and say he doesn't seem to be bothered.
So are we going on like a good cop, bad cop?
Probably.
Are you on purposely? Roll stealth if you don't want to be noticed, because this person is going to be rolling.
I too roll steal.
Okay, keep going. Is everybody just walking at this person?
I guess.
Right. Nice. Carry on. Abram, we need that final roll. If you're also
What?
are you
Stealth,
also
right?
gonna go at this person? Gotta roll stealthies, baby.
I'm thinking. Do I want to? Yeah, okay, I'll do it because let me see what I can do.
Listen, we're all stealthing. You gotta be part of the gang. We're not gonna break his neck.
Abram and Aurelia, you get pretty close. Nyx is a bit more like beeline-y. They run.
I chase.
Yeah, we're running now.
Okay, you guys bolt out of the museum and down the hall that you guys came from. Roll athletics.
Oh, my blood is pumping.
Wow,
That's incredible.
I mean,
Nyx just dies.
Nyx slips on the water that the janitor had spread along the ground, and she
Oh my
flies head first into the threshold door and bangs her head on it and falls over.
No. Oh my god.
Abram, Aurelio is quicker, but Abram, you like are hot on the heels, and then Aurelio, you dive.
But Abram rolled. Oh, okay.
Aurelio is quick and
I am
speedy.
slow.
Abram maybe like gives him a push on the back, and like you get a boost. And Aurelio, you dive into the back
Does Abram just throw me?
of this person. That's between you guys.
Abram.
Yes.
You hold out your hands like in that like cross hand things, and then jump on it, and you give me like a
Yes.
push with your hand.
Yep, you do
Fly.
it. He flies and smashes into the back of this janitor, and she hits the ground with a loud thud, and her hat falls off, and she's got bright blue hair.
Female.
Oh.
I stand up and I hold my hand out and I go, "Sorry for knocking you down,
God.
ma'am, but you're very suspicious." I pull her up.
You pull her up.
my
And
God.
it's a young woman who's roughly the same height as Aurelio. She
Hey.
looks like in her early 20s. She's got like a very tight cropped like bob and dark blue sapphire hair with bangs. And then like the framing bangs that come off the side of her head like wings. And she's just dressed as a custodian. And on the floor there's like a tiny like device, like a tablet, and she quickly picks it up and stuffs it into her her breast pocket area thing.
I guess I roll for sleight of hand.
Okay.
I'm gonna touch it.
You're rolling stealth to touch the booty?
No, I'm rolling sleight of hand to grab the tablet.
Alright, as she slides it in, you just like intercept it and like yank it out of her hand really quickly. And she like stuffs her hand into her like breast pocket and then like realizes that she's now just holding her left breast, and then she just like pulls out her hand and sets it down at her side and just says, "Oh."
I give her the tablet because I can't read.
You open it up and you immediately just see like a big string of code, and with one noticeable thing that sticks out that just says beacon.png.
Like,
I mean, yeah, but I'm not gonna sit here and describe what every single line of code does. It's some kind of like reroute the visual media code. I really wish I could get more involved, but I don't. There, you know, now the audience knows that I don't know what I'm talking about. Are you happy?
Sounds like basically that it is the reason what happened.
A custodian.
I roll
I was gonna
intimidation.
say, we're about to look very intimidating, all of us, because I was about to say the same thing.
Not clean.
Oh my god!
Aurelio, you like I don't even you like stand over her like a fucking like JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Like your face is
And
all
Abram's
like
my stand.
lines and
Oh my-
shadows, and like your eye like whirs in its socket and spins around
I don't
and stares
have it
at
on.
her. Oh
My
yeah,
eyes
you
are
lift
on.
up
I'm
your
just
eye
wearing an eye
patch and
patch.
it's just a dead socket.
Yeah. And I go, listen, we all know you're not a janitor. The way you
She's sweating.
mop the floor. Mop the floor is, it's poor. It's piss poor, man. So why are you scaring the citizens with your crazy antics, ma'am?
I'm sweaty.
I don't care if you're sweaty. I'm Aurelio. Now tell me what you're doing.
She bites her lip and then she looks to the left and right to like make sure no one else is around, and there is nobody else around. Because it's funny.
Why is it funny?
24. She shrugs and then laughs
One
a little
second.
bit.
The icon. No, go ahead. That's a good question. Cutting right to the chase.
Who do I work for? I don't work for anybody. I just work for myself. I'm a hacker, she says very proudly. Yeah.
Aurelio looks unimpressed.
She looks upset. She's like fuming at you. No, don't do that. You see like
Dudes.
downloaded like shows like Netflix. You see like
Illegal downloads.
you see like homework for you see homework for a applied science and like technology class, and it's like half done. You see like you go through your emails and you see like a warning report that's like you're failing your classes. And you do see various like emails that you do. It's Samantha Janice.
Aha, two first names.
That's how you know she's evil.
Sorry.
She's gonna roll sleight of hand to try and get her tablet back, and
I'm gonna counter it.
I will kill her.
No, she rolled a. You know what? Yeah, it is a contest. Yeah, roll. No, you just like quickly pull it out, and she's like not even sure.
I slap
what
her hand
happened.
away.
Yeah, Aurelio intercepts it. Aurelio like slaps her hand down. Yeah, you would have failed actually. But thank God Aurelio was intercepted. That's really rude of you to go looking through my stuff. Because it's fun. You sound like my mom.
Your mom has a point.
I don't have a mom. That's really weird. I want my tablet back. No, don't do that, don't do that. Because,
You're really good at excuses.
I didn't think that anybody would catch me. In fact, you're not supposed to meet me for like another 2 parts.
Savage.
Well, we're here now, so speed up the campaign, girl.
Oh fuck. I did it because it's funny, and you know what? If they're gonna give me Fs on my grades, I'm gonna show them that I'm smarter than all of them, and so I'm gonna turn off the power for a few minutes at a time. Ah. Because they want boring stuff. Accounting!
Shit, she's right.
Applied technology. I don't know.
Oh my god. Next, you're not helping.
I rolled persuasion.
What? Yeah? Fine. It's not. Yes. As your
She's
DM, I'm telling you that it is not impressive code.
It makes her feel good. Makes the hacker
Fine, I swear. And Abram, with your high perception, you can tell that she's got her fingers crossed behind her back.
Oh my god, he rolls his eyes.
She did.
She sweats
I
more.
rolled a persuasion of 10. I wanted to persuade her to tell me shit.
That depends on what you're trying to ask her.
I asked her, so if you just wanted to scare people, why'd you bother putting it on the professors?
Why wouldn't I? He gave me a bad grade in history too, so you know what? He gets a visit from Beacon. Yeah, you check the transcript and it says that she got like a D- in that class. Like she just barely passed, and it's because she like got an extra credit assignment or something. there's a lot of history. It's hard.
Did you draw that
224
beacon?
years is a lot of time. What?
Did you draw the beacon? Like, what's
Yeah, I did. You like it?
yeah, what's the significance?
It. I don't want to damn
Come on,
myself
everyone's
here.
got a significance.
I mean, it's my persona.
I mean,
I am Beacon. That's my online alias.
oh, you play some online games
I did, but I had to stop
because your grades.
because I hacked. I don't know what you were expecting. I'm a hacker. Does this come as any surprise to anybody? Yeah, but I just make another account.
Alright, I'm done. Aurelia just walked away. His hands up. She's useless. She's useless.
Hey, wait a minute. I know you
What?
guys.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Oh shit.
Maybe because
Abram's eyes widen.
Maybe because you. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna roll.
Go,
Deception.
yes, roll. Save our ass.
Deception. 25.
What are you deceiving her of?
I say, yeah, maybe you've seen us around here before. I mean, it's not really uncommon to, have lived here for our entire lives and frequent the museum on every, what day is it? Monday?
She
Monday.
bites her lip.
Every Monday. Of course you'll see us around here. I mean, Jesus, young people these days, you got your head so far up your ass with your tablet that you're not going to be able to see us.
All right, mister.
Younger. She doesn't know that.
She doesn't have to know that.
All right, fine. Yeah, I guess I've seen you around someplace. Can I have my tablet back? Okay, fine. I won't do it but you won't tell anyone.
And study.
And I'll study.
And get a job.
I have a job.
Get a job during school.
I have a job. I'm a custodian. I work at the Lunaris outpost, and I work here on the weekends.
Well, that's a good job.
It's a good job. I swap the floors.
Good for you.
Yeah. It's fun.
I'm glad.
Yeah, it's interesting. You never know what you might see.
Hmm.
What are your names, by the way?
I'm Felipe Ramirez.
Felipe Ramirez. Okay.
He'll probably see me around here next week.
Abram leaves.
Okay. Sina and Felipe Marinas. Sima. Oh.
And that was our friend Yino. Sorry, he's not good at talking.
Oh. Right. Okay. Yeah. I'll see you guys around. Bye. And then she
Yeah.
slowly wheels away. She puts on her hat. And then
She wheels away.
she's
She
got
has
like one of
fucking
those.
Heelys.
She's got the pushy.
She has Heelys. Look at her.
She's got Heelys, and then she's also pushing her like mop cart around. And so she slides away like it's a scooter.
I thought I had just tackled someone in a wheelchair.
No, you did not just tackle someone in a wheel. Not yet. Don't worry. There's time for that. Okay, you go back into the museum to look around a bit more.
I leave the museum
Okay.
because I can't read. So there's no point.
There's audio. There's audio stuff.
Are there interactive things?
Yes.
I play like an interactive puzzle or something.
You play an interactive puzzle. It's like a 3D puzzle where you have to put back together Pavo Station after it fell apart.
That's so
It's
depressing.
really macabre. It doesn't. I just made that up.
They have to put back together like the people too that like.
There is like a build your own station thing, but it's like not at all like at post. It's not implied to be like put back the pieces together.
Build your own Pavo
Save
Survivor.
Pavo Station.
Yeah, save Pavo Station.
I recreate.
Look, Nix, we're fixing it.
Oh, that's really fucked
No.
up. You can.
Yeah.
There's like an audio. I don't really know. Do you guys want anything in particular? That
No, I want to leave, but I'm waiting for you.
that's fair. I think you guys got everything. Like, there's, I don't know, what there's bits of like, oh yeah, it was a horrible accident. No one really knows what happened. It's implied to be like some kind of nuclear generation problem, some kind of like overloaded engineering room or something. There's like implications that whoever was the engineer might have like just fucked up that day or something. I'm trying to think of any other trivia that would be like important that you guys might want to know. Abram, are you actually even bothering to read any of this stuff, or is it?
Yes.
Staring at it.
Yes, but he's also reading.
Okay. He's reading all of it. It talks about like how many casualties. It talks about how this was like the dawn, like as grim as it was the beginning of a friendship between the natives of Sargasso and the people who live in the cities up above. One recorded life pod was said to be
really?
launched from it, but no one's ever found it.
Really?
Zero people survived on the station, and several people were killed on the ground. But due to the help of local tribes, like finding people and things and getting people out of like damaged areas.
And every day they celebrate it as Thanksgiving.
They do not. They do not do that thing.
Thanksgiving. Holy shit.
Thanksgiving. When God
Thank
fell
God.
from the sky and gave us all.
Thanks, asteroid, for sending a satellite to the sky.
It fell like 10 years, like roughly 10 years ago, in 214 MA, and then it.
Well then,
and then it's.
Abram wants to talk to Nix about it for a second.
Okay.
Hey, Nix.
Do you guys want to say that you leave and you just talk about this in transit, or do you want to stay?
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming we're leaving. Yeah.
You guys let
Okay.
everyone know that you're leaving.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
We left our child at the museum. No, he says, "Do you really buy that nobody knows what happened?" No. I think it's too convenient that it paves the way for this relationship. From what I've seen and heard of Lunaris, I don't see why I wouldn't think so. They have this whole planet, its resources, its people.
You guys get back on the subway. Just narrating where you guys are.
That's fine.
Wow, guys. really dark.
Yeah.
I mean, are you sure that they just kill hundreds of thousands of people just to bring them to the planet? Couldn't they just say, hey, we're gonna do it?
Lunaris doesn't strike me as the type of place to be beyond corporate thinking.
You see a lot of
It's a small
people.
sacrifice.
It's getting
to
later
them.
in the day. It's like 5 o'clock now, and you see people wandering around with funny hats and glasses on.
Funny
Why?
hats and There's a convention?
Maybe.
Does Abram blend in?
Yeah, you know what? He does. Aurelio, by the way, this was only like 9 years ago. You were alive and around when this happened, and it possibly could have been like Judgment Day. Like the sky like turned a deep hue of red, and you saw what looked to be like a city like falling out of the sky into the ocean. Like you might have been convinced that this is how you were going to die.
This was Judgment Day.
I don't know. Is it really religious?
He is religious.
Okay, then yeah, it could have been like it was like end of days for the people who lived here, because even after it crashed, like the sea that is around this area, you guys saw it on the map. It's called the Tainted Sea now because it just poisoned the water.
Yeah, I noticed that when I opened it.
I mean, like, clearly, Aurelio now knows that like, it wasn't that. Fine.
Of course, yeah, it wasn't some kind of religious thing at all.
But 9 years ago, when he was 12, he was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna die."
It was one of the few times that all the different people of Sargasso might have actually banded together to do something for once. Who knows? To not die.
Yeah, right. Well, then suffice to say, I agree with you on that. He looks around also at all these people and things.
Yeah.
Do they what? Do they look okay?
They look happy. They look satisfied. You look at one of them head on finally, and you notice that the glasses say they're like in plastic and bright, like red, blue, and yellow, like confetti letters. 225.
Oh, it's New Year's.
Is it?
Good
That's a
afternoon,
fucking-
boys and girls. This is Brent Henson here, and I'm Glide from the town square. You hear on the TV nearby. You see Brent Henson in all of his glory, standing in a loud blue suit that's like sparkling. His hair
Guys, it's
swept
New Year's.
black. And yet, it is New Year's Eve, and all the townspeople are heading home to celebrate. Or, if you're a socialite, you're out in the central area. We're
We
going to be
gotta go,
having a
guys.
talk from Mayor Howard.
Guys, we gotta go.
Several guest appearances by local celebrities.
Abram shushes him. Watching TV.
I'm even sure that Captain Asura himself will be there to say hello and give a few kind words to the people of Sargasso.
God.
Finally, he looks at Leo. What?
I mean, come on. I mean, we've been traveling and doing stuff for other people, and I mean, isn't it time that like we get, like, a
These
little
little
bit of a
town
break?
blues.
Oh, guys, come on, we got
are longing to. Somebody turns off the TV.
You wanna celebrate?
I mean, it's New Year's Eve. Everyone's celebrating.
What's there to celebrate?
Hey, guy, I was watching that. Someone else turns on the TV again, and you see
I
a
mean,
big
we're
crowd of
alive.
people in the town square, just in front of the big city, the elevator.
Oh my god.
They're gonna drop the ball.
There is a ball. It appears to be a ball is on a tower. You know, there's only one way to find out.
We gotta
It's
go.
gonna crash
I've
into the
I've
middle of
never-
the city.
I've never seen the new Pavo celebration. We only had the small celebrations back in the town that I had. And there we just. Well, I won't go into details about what we dropped. But, you know, it's not. You know, be grand.
He looks over at Nyx. Nyx, I don't think we should be separated right now. If Aurelio's going to go, we should at least stand there with him.
It'll be fun, I promise.
Well, you guys are gonna have to decide now because the train comes to a stop at another station, and you guys are on the B line, and it's the C line that'll take you to the Grand Central Park area where this is taking
We're
place.
going
grab
to the party.
I grab their sleeves and we go.
Oh my god,
You-
Aurelio's
you-
taking
You
his
swap
family.
people, Aurelio leading you both hand in hand in between the two of you like a happy kid. Then you get on
Aw.
the other station, and then the doors close. You just barely missed several patrol officers who are looking around in their
Holy
gleaming white
shit.
armor. If you had stayed on the B line, they were going to search it. You moved onto the C line. The train slowly lurches forward and moves down the tracks beneath
Listen,
the water.
Aurelio sometimes knows.
Fucking textbook.
And then you go for maybe, I don't know, it's more like a half-hour journey at this point, really. You guys are going kind of far, and you eventually end up at the other side of the canal? I don't really know what to call it. This other body of water. To here. Here-ish? There's more dirt and sand. There's greenery as you pull out, like, in the subway itself even. The lights are built to, like, allow greenery. And you get out, and you walk up some stairs, and you come out onto this big scene of the dusk slowly coming in. People are, like, sweaty right now, but everybody has a jacket because it's the desert, and it's going to get cold at night no matter what.
Is there like a vendor selling those glasses?
Yes. It's more like it's like the back scratcher guy. He's just walking around with,
I
like,
buy
a
3.
bag. Okay, that's going to cost you a credit.
Okay.
All right. Mark it off.
You think he cares?
You do it.
Money is
He
nothing.
takes your... What was the money? Palladium?
I don't know.
I'll look it up
I
later.
don't think he ever said.
It was
He
like
never told us.
It's a gold-silver alloy, but I don't remember what it's called. Electrum. Yeah. It's like a coin. You hand it over. The guy doesn't do anything with it because he knows it's common currency. He's not going to bite it. He's not a buffoon. He's not a savage. And he hands you 3 glasses.
I hand one to Abram and Nix.
It matches his hat.
Nice.
They're like sunglasses in a way.
I put it on.
I stoically put mine on.
You look horrible, but you look like you're having fun. There's
Yay.
hundreds of people around you, and they're all like gathered in the it's like a town square. You're between several large buildings, and on the 4th side is a forest. It looks like a forest. It's probably like a park of some kind, like in the city. And you see lots of people, and you also see lots of police officers, but they're not like scanning the crowds. They're just kind of like looking for, like, don't fuck each other up, okay? Nobody pee on the streets or anything like that.
You don't know me.
A lot of party poppers are
Early
going off.
confidence.
People are drinking. People
No.
are peeing everywhere.
Oh.
It's getting later at this point. I know I said 5 earlier, but that's a lie. It's getting to be much later.
Okay.
You had one job, DM.
I know. I'm really not good with time, but that's fine. I can just
Or you can
iron
just say
it
we've
out.
been out here for 6 hours.
We've been out here for 6 hours. I mean, are you really like, I'm hanging out for the celebration?
I want
All
to
right.
celebrate.
Yeah, then you guys hang out for 6 hours. I'm gonna.
Really?
Yes, I guess.
Maybe it should have just been a little later early.
It's a little
But-
later. Well, no, I said it was like 5. Yeah, it's like 6. It's more like 4 hours. You're only out for. Midnight is 10 here. You don't know. It's another planet. Don't judge
That's
me.
fine. Exactly.
Yeah. The days are only 10 hours here, actually. It's a very quick rotation.
Was it
Oh, God.
loud? Did you guys have a ball that you dropped or anything? Whoa. Wow.
Someone bumps
What's
into you with an
no?
elbow. You should see what it's like on Vlaclides. They put dye in the water and swirl it all around. It's like a tornado of color under the ocean. Probably. I wouldn't know. I'm just drinking beer in the middle of the park. What do you want from me?
Oh my
I'm just a
God.
nameless NPC.
Aurelio looks at Nyx again and goes, "What's snow?"
It's like really tiny ice cubes, really. Yeah, exactly.
So is it ice cubes or what? Aurelio's picturing like
Hello,
trapezoid-
testing. 1, 2, 3. I don't think it's on.
What?
You see a rather large man like standing up on a podium, like at the front of where are we
It's
in?
on.
the square, the court. Yeah, a lot of people are like, it's on. You're good. Gives them thumbs up. Roll Nah, I don't need the roll perception. You see several people standing up on a large podium, and they are in the shadow of a giant silver ball. It's huge and like 15 stories up. You guys are surrounded by skyscrapers that just like tower high into the sky. Like not as high as the space elevator, but this is an incredibly vertical city. It's like Hong Kong. And this person is dressed in a brown like suit. He's got like a big bushy mustache and graying hair. He's got big cheeks, but he's not like fat or anything. He's just like got like weirdly disproportionate cheeks that are very red and blushy. And sitting beside him in a very relaxed posture that doesn't really imply his status is a man with long red hair parted on the left side that like kind of even goes in front of his face a little bit. It doesn't really seem like he cares too much for his appearance. And he's got
2.0.
gleaming white armor, where other like the patrol officers, it's in a similar design, except this covers him head to toe to neck and stops like just at his collarbones. And he's actually sitting on a black and red cape on top of that. Like he looks rather weirdly regal. And he also doesn't look like he wants to be there. Meanwhile, this other person in the big brown suit is like smiling and saying hello and like waving to the people. He's just saying, I don't hello anyway. He's like waving.
Do I
and
recognize
smiling.
that as the?
Yes, you do. It is the same card. It's a perfect. The way he's like even positioned himself and waving is the exact copy of the cutout you saw at the museum of Mayor Gordon Howardson.
It's him!
Aurelia starts
Women
crying.
rip off their panties and throw them into the
So
crowd.
does Aurelio.
Aurelio, you throw off your underwear.
My panties are gone.
Hello, this is your mayor. I'm really starting to regret that radio voice changer thing. I'm just gonna go
Full on, all natural with this one.
Okay.
This is your mayor speaking. Hello. Hi. How are you all doing today? And you see people like, hi, how are you doing? Okay. He doesn't look like the crowd is very like happy about it. Now I know this is our New Year's celebration for the year 215, and a lot of people are like, in the crowds. It's been a long, trying year for all of us, but we've done fantastic work for the city of New Pavo. I'm more than proud of you all, and through the combined efforts of ourselves and our grit and Lunaris up above, and he makes a gesture towards the man behind him in the white armor, and he like kind of waves a hand a little bit. People like Captain Assura, we have built a fantastic city. We have our elevator that towers high into the sky, and with it, we're going to seize our opportunities amongst the stars.
Woo!
Now, I know 10 years ago was a very unfortunate accident, and we are all very, 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 very sad with what happened. And it is in the memory of the many people lost during the New Pavo incident that we build this brighter tomorrow. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to give some time to our dear captain here to have some words, and then I'll be right back and we can celebrate this joyous night. And he steps away from the thing and kneels down to the presumably Captain Asura standing behind him, and then they're like kind of whispering to each other for a minute.
What are they saying?
I mean, you can't hear them, they're away from the microphone. Roll perception.
I will.
Lip read from this far.
I read their lips.
Yeah.
I'm
The captain like lazily like rolls his head forward and stands up, and he is much taller than the mayor. You don't know how tall the mayor. Well, actually, you do. You have his cardboard cutout, huh? Mayor's not necessarily a tall man.
Did I recognize what they were saying?
No, you did not recognize what they were saying, unfortunately, Aurelio. But you could tell that the captain seemed very like, I don't want to be here.
Okay, same.
And he stands up, and he's much taller than the mayor. And he stands up to the microphone and like leans in really close. He's like, Happy New Year, everyone. And he like makes the weirdest forced like stretched smile. It's like he's just pulling his lips across his teeth rather than like actually smiling. and then he like does a weird like stiff parade like wave, and he says, "I'm very proud of all the work that has been done in this city." And like you can see his eyes like quickly looking back and forth as if he's reading something somewhere. And Aurelio, that 16 will actually get it so that you can see the fact that just in front of his face, maybe like 4 inches, 5 inches, is like a spherical dome like see-through, like you could barely even see it. It's like an aura almost.
I'm useful.
And it's like a gray, and you can kind of even see that there's like text running across this like holographic projection of some kind. You've all done marvelous work, and I look forward on behalf of Lunaris to working with you all in this joyous year to come. And you see the mayor like nodding satisfactorily behind him, sitting in a plastic chair. Thank you all very much, and please enjoy the night. Smile. And then he smiles.
Oh my god.
And then he steps back from the microphone and sits down. And then the mayor stands up again and says, "Happy New Year, everybody!" And then there's a lot of people like raising up their hands and stuff like that. And then a band gets up, and you'll never guess what band it is.
Is it the Vocaloid? Is it Electric Wires?
It's Electric Wires. It's not the Vocaloids. The Vocaloids was Oxblood. Electric Wires comes up on stage and starts
I
rocking
have
out.
the notes.
What?
The Vocaloids is Blood Ox.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Blood Ox the Vocaloids. They're not here. They might be on reserve. They might be like the next act, but you've got
Are
Electric
the
Wires
14
playing.
cables gonna be there?
Maybe. You don't know. You haven't seen a repertoire. A repertoire?
Do
I
I
don't really know what the word is.
A
But
menu?
anyway, a menu.
Program, I think. is what it's
Program.
called.
That's it. And time goes by, music goes by, and then
Very
you
loud.
see the beginning. You see it. You see Brent Henson, the one, the only. He's standing up in like a skybox like lift. He's like on a camera. You can't see what he's doing, but he's like his face is fixed in this permanent like smile. His hair is very
Can't
greasy.
believe it.
He's lovely.
Why is he greasy?
His hair is like pulled back, like with some kind of product.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. A ton of. He's like a drowned rat, really.
Love him.
Uh-huh.
His face looks great, though. You should ask him where he gets his work done. And there's a blonde woman besides him. Very short, very bobbed cut, similar way to Rosemary had her hair done, except she's like much more warm in tone, wearing a suit that is just as loud as Brent Henson. And they're both like looking into a camera and like trying to outsmile one another, perhaps.
Uh-huh.
And then you hear the countdown. It begins
Oh.
at 2 minutes.
That's a long.
It's a really awkward 2.5 minute. No,
Oh my
nobody actually does like a verbal countdown. You just see like projected onto one of the skyscrapers besides you. No, it was a few days later. Yeah, it was just a few days afterwards. Not that it would have mattered because the station is in geosynchronous orbit, so if it was gonna fall, it was gonna fall in the same place no matter what. What time of year didn't really matter. Yeah, and then it gets down to 2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes, a minute and 30 seconds, and then you see people moving off in the distance out of the corner of your eye. Abram, figures in white.
Uh-huh.
A minute 15.
I keep watching these people.
A minute 10. A
Are
minute.
they getting closer?
No,
What are they doing?
They're just moving around like it's like a random movement of mice trying to find their way out of a maze.
Is it like
Seems like-
Lunara's armor white, or is it white clothes?
White clothing and Lunaris armor. You see both.
Okay, I nudge. I don't know. Nyx first.
49.
Because
48.
Aurelia's having a good time.
47,
Aurelia's
46.
transfixed.
Yeah. Is that Lunara's? I need. Can you? Okay.
Someone
Can
looks
she
towards
see?
your direction. What do you do, Abram?
One of the
Kiss
white
Nick.
clothes people.
Like a dozen people are separating you between this person and white. What do you do? They're just barely looking at you. They rolled pretty low, but they're like equal to your perception class. So you tell me something that you do, or else they're gonna see you.
I'm facing away.
Oh, you're right. The big hat.
Yeah.
It shields you and averts the gaze. 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31.
Can we shuffle further from them? Like, can I kind of move Leo nonchalantly?
Can you?
Can I? Is Leo gonna freak out?
No, Leo has his hands up in the air like, woo!
Okay, well, he's very easily movable.
He's all wiggly.
We're just putting
23,
some distance between
22.
ourselves and
You
them.
look at the stage. Captain Asura has disappeared from the podium.
I look around. Do I see?
17,
I'm so scared.
16, 14.
Do I see more people in white, or is it still the group that I first
You
saw?
count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're all in different places around you. It seems like they're surrounding you.
Yeah, it does. I was just about to say it.
Your passive perception is incredibly high, Abram. I just want you to know that.
Yes, it is.
10,
Do I know this? yet?
9,
Does
8.
Aurelio know?
You see
I
a
don't
man
know.
in a black cape.
That's what Aurelio sees?
No, Aurelio, you don't see anything besides the countdown and champagne and bottle pops going off all around you.
See.
You see a person in white 30, 40, 50, 60 feet? 60 feet from you in every direction that you can count. Every hand of the clock.
Black Cape, that's the captain. Where is he?
He is 6 o'clock. And 12
So
o'clock
he's
is the
behind
countdown.
us. Oh
you
my
guys,
god.
you
I'm
guys
gonna
came
shit.
from 9 o'clock.
Uh,
7, 6,
Are you guys gonna
5.
tell Aurelio yet? Because he's what.
we want you to see the ball, Aurelio.
Thank you!
You see the captain through
I
the
have-
faces. He is storming towards you through the crowd. 3, 2,
I pick
One.
Aurelio up, put him on my shoulders, and start running.
Woo, I have my shoulders
The
up!
Come on.
explodes into a fury of beautiful golden shards. It's all like, it's not real glass, it's like holographic. It's gorgeous, it's like snowfall. A blizzard of prisms surrounds you. Men run, you hear stomping of feet.
Yep, we're running too. I don't know if you
Aurelio's
heard.
like
Where are you
cheering
running?
with his hands up.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, we're running 11 o'clock. 11 or
Hey,
1.
I think
Where
it
are we
might be
going?
time for a graph. I do not have an entire like city planned. I just want to have a graph ready in terms of like putting you guys in relationship to whoever might be around you. So
That's
everybody,
fine.
everybody, please find the center of this grid and drag yourselves out if you really want a visual representation. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep describing. You got people at every hand of the clock, every number of the clock, all in white various things, and you've got someone who's in a black cape storming towards you from 6 o'clock direction. 12 o'clock is the countdown.
I don't remember how to
9
do it.
o'clock is where you came from, the station, but
I mean,
it's
I'm
hundreds
on
of feet back.
Abram, so.
Yeah,
On Abram.
he is. Yeah, I don't know if you heard me,
Perfect.
but like as it was like 5-4, I grabbed Aurelio, put him on my shoulders, and ran.
Okay, Aurelio, I
Yeah,
gotta get
so
you
we're
onto
running.
the stage.
Oh, I mean, I wasn't putting myself on there. Just 'cause
Don't
I got-
worry, I gotcha. You
That's
are
fine.
one with Abram right now.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, you guys are just bolting it through it, huh? You're just going. You're
Yeah.
gunning it.
I
Yes,
finally asked,
we can't
like,
fight
hey,
in the
what the hell, guys?
Well, yeah, you go ahead. I'm just running. We're running.
All right, we're gonna do clock hands, or alternatively like quartal north, south, east, west, whatever that's called. But yeah, you guys are running to the right on this grid, huh?
You know, it makes you more visible to be on your shoulders, Abram.
Oh, I think they know where we are.
You hear shouting and people running through. You see someone like move, and then like they push somebody out of the way behind you, and you hear someone like screaming like, "Ah, what the fuck!" And like there's loud shouts around you as shards of prisms rain all around. People are yelling and screaming. You see 3 people that are like kissing besides you.
Well, that's good. Where are we going next?
Where are you going?
Is there like a sewer system?
Left. There are people in your way. Though it seems like there's people in your way everywhere you go. However, the captain is to the south. If that's who it is. You want to head back to the train station? Alright. There's 2 people in the crowd separating you from that train station. I just want you to know that. You see them up ahead.
Are they like specifically like aggroed, or are they just random
They're
guards for the
going
event?
straight towards you, it seems.
Oh, good.
They're
Great.
they're struggling to get through people, but they're there.
I say we run by. Abram, hold me out sideways, like horizontal, and we'll clothesline them.
Abram moves to do so. He does
Okay,
not
cool.
question Aurelio.
Cool.
We
Okay.
don't have time to fight these people in a crowd.
All right,
Alright, we're
roll.
going for the
There's gonna be some.
clothesline. I'm like going out straight like a stick. With my hands go
So
like
fucking
out.
stupid.
Are you kidding me? Are you sure
No.
that this is what we're doing?
What do we have to? Wait a minute. What do we have to roll?
This is
to
gonna
do
be this is gonna be, I guess, athletics checks.
We're already
Well,
causing a scene.
we're either gonna get arrested or come to blows. Do you see anywhere we could get out?
This is gonna be an athletics check of like 15. I'll let you know the DC ahead of time so that you guys can be prepared. You both have to make 15 on athletics to
Wouldn't
successfully close
Be
on these two
acrobatics
people.
for me, because I'm not doing anything.
No, because it's a test of muscle, not balance. It's a test to see if you can
Okay.
remain rigid.
Well, regardless, Nix, do you see anywhere we could get out? Before I break Aurelio in half.
Every direction is looking messy, but like it depends on the post, like what's after. Like to the left is the subway station, but now you got to try and figure out how to get on a station without these people following you.
That's not a good idea.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
In theory, it is.
It's they're having a lot of trouble. They're like forcing people to the side and trying to. The person who seems to be getting most like close to you is the person to the south who's wearing a cape.
Fucking Cap, I'm so scared of him. Can we like?
Move! Stand aside! Get out of the way!
Can we subtly get rid of these guys? Like fucking what's it called? I don't know.
Oh, you want to blend into the crowd?
Like Assassin's Creed style.
Yeah, like
yeah. Roll stealth. and-
incapacitate them.
Okay, you have to put me down.
Yeah, okay, I put Aurelio down.
Put
We
Aurelio
need to
down.
get rid of these guys.
Uh-huh.
Don't die, please. Please don't die. Okay. Stealth, alright.
I
Yeah.
rolled a nat 20 and it's 24. If I
Aurelio
need
gets
to-
inside of my hat.
If I need to, can I help Nyx? Like, can I just like pull her under with me?
I'm trying to present you guys with I don't have a captain in my save thing. I can't wait for all the people in this goddamn like the YouTube section to be like, those are the things he has for his goddamn whatevers. But you're just gonna have to trust me that the person to the
All
south
the
is
people.
the captain. All right, what are we
Okay.
rolling here? What's happening here? We got 8 stealth, we got 24 stealth, we got 23 stealth. If you want to leave Nyx behind, you guys can blend into the crowds
No.
around you.
No, I'm a nat 20 and 24. Can't I just carry Nyx with? I kiss Nyx.
No, you can try that
Stop
again.
that.
If I'm just saying, no, because that's a skill that outlaws get later. Is like the ability to use their stealth bonus to help other people in their party. So right now, I'm afraid that's a no-go. You're level 2. If you got something level 2 rocking that you can pop out here, then that'd be cool. But like that's level like 7. I think you can use your stealth
Well,
bonus to help other people.
I do get.
I mean, they know you haven't lost anything. They know where you are, and they still know where you are. You haven't lost something. Your fellow teammates have gained something. Okay, you go from blue to red. Sure. Okay, you're red now. Yeah, you see a lot of people. In fact, one guy looks really sad and he's drinking a beer. Okay, I'll let you get advantage for coming up with a plan of actual stealth, so I'll let you roll again. But you're gonna be kind of like your fate is connected to this man. You're gonna have to like force him to come with you if you plan to move. You get advantage.
Yep.
You got
I
worse.
I do have an ability, like I just, and it's called it's just Outlaw's Code, and it lets me one thing is hide messages of conversation, which is what I want, but it also lets me know if there's any like gangs nearby, or if there's any like loot, or if there's
know
like
what?
a
I'm gonna-
place for like safe.
I'm
like,
going to
a safe
roll a
house.
dice just so that the audience is aware and you guys are aware of the fairness of this. And
Yeah.
if it's above, I'm just gonna give you a 50-50, and we'll see how this goes, okay? Because I know what'll happen if you succeed. This is gonna be wild, but you look
Is there a gang?
around. You look around to your left, and you don't see a gang, but you do see Samantha Janice, aka Beacon.
Oh fuck.
Oh, I have 24 stealth, so I think I am hidden from these guys. People.
Yeah, you blend into the crowd like pretty quickly,
Yeah.
and then duck down, and they don't. You can't immediately get the effects of that because they're honing in on your last known location, whether they see you there or not.
I immediately grab.
In fact, I'm gonna move them closer every now and then.
Two first names.
Two
and
first names. You grab her. She's like, "Hey, wait,
I grab her.
you're that guy."
Yeah, it's me, Philippe. Now, listen, I need a favor.
What?
Give me a favor, and I won't expose you to your mother.
What do you
Come on,
want?
hurry up, they can
What do
see
you
us.
want? What do you want? Sure, what?
You're a hacker. I need you to turn off the lights.
That would be.
Can you do it?
Uh,
Come on, you're Beacon. You can do it.
she's gonna have advantage, but it's not gonna be an easy roll for her. And I'll add her intelligence modifier because she actually does have stuff. You know what? She'll be like, you know what? I got a proposition for you instead. I do know who you guys are, and you're gonna answer some questions of my own after we're through with this. And then she pulls out her tablet and hits a few buttons.
Fuck.
And then the lights go out. All the lights go out. And actually, you guys can see the guards because there's two thin lines on each side of their like cranium that mark where their eyes should be beneath these like metallic visors. But they're immediately like, what the fuck just happened? Like none of them really like seem to be. They like stopped. They're like looking in your direction, but there's no way they can see you.
And I grab Samantha, I guess.
Stand your ground. Nobody move. You see an emerald light emitting from the crowd where the captain was, but you don't see him as you guys disappear through the crowd between the two guards to your left, to the train station, huh? All right.
Yes.
Well, I'm just gonna say that you guys are now on the train station as you walk by inches between these two men behind them. They don't have weapons drawn, but they've got weapons at their sides and they've got batons in their hands that look like they could deliver quite a shock. And you slip right through the crowd as everyone's murmuring, like, what just happened? Did a fuse blow? What's going on? And you still see like these shards falling through the air of snow that catch the light off of like the stars above, but there's no other light in this square. You see lights elsewhere, but you don't see any in this particular square. It doesn't seem like Samantha had the power to black out more than just this block. And you hear Brent Hetson above saying like, get that live feed going again!
Oh my god.
Damn, Samantha.
You descend into the train, the lights are still on, the things are still moving, people are very confused, and people are like, what the heck? There's static on the TV. And you guys get into the train station, and I want you guys to roll one more time for me.
Roll what?
I guess stealth or acrobatics or athletics. I'll give you your pick of the three.
Stealth.
Now that sucks.
I die. wait.
Wait,
We did great, guys.
What was Samantha's?
Oh yeah, Samantha's. She got a 14. She's so much better at this than you guys are.
Apparently.
You guys, the doors shut behind you, and you turn around, and you see 3 men storming down the steps like 40 feet back the passage that you guys came down the tunnel. And leading the pack is a man in full white armor with an emerald glowing like bar at his side coming out of his hand. And
His
he's got
fucking
bright red
lightsaber.
hair. Bright red hair. It doesn't look like a baton, I'll tell you that much.
The lightsaber?
There's no way in hell. I'll let you roll perception and see if you got more details, but the doors shut behind you, and they see you guys as the train pulls away. It did not look like it was just like pure light. It was like the length of his leg. And it was
It
pure
is a
emerald
lightsaber.
light that was just like next to him as he was running down the stairs after you guys, his cape billowing behind him.
I'm so glad. I love him.
And the train, it's like a bullet
Don't
train.
love him. He's trying to kill
It
us.
lurches forward and just flies. And you guys are
That's
on the
fine.
sea rail back. Where are you going? Where's the destination here? Going home.
Are you sure we should
No,
go home?
no. Go to Samantha's.
I'm afraid you guys don't have much of a choice on the sea train. You're going where the station goes, and then you'll have to switch from there.
Hey Samantha, where do you live?
I don't think I know you that well to start
You
sharing
want to
that
question us,
information.
don't you?
Yeah, but like not like. Okay,
Well,
no,
then where do
know
you
what?
suggest we go?
We're starting right now, motherfuckers.
Oh my god.
I saw you guys on wanted posters.
And I saw you hack one of the biggest places on the biggest night of the year.
Yeah, I think you're still worse off than I am in terms of the crime level here.
You did help us escape, though, so now you're an accomplice.
They'll probably go easy on me. What? What's the artifact?
Oh, I got this, guys. I got this,
Oh
guys.
god, here
I
we
got this,
go.
guys. I got this, guys.
Okay.
So I reach into my pocket and I pull out one of those diamonds that I took from the tree. But I don't show her right away. I kind of just hold it in my hand and I kind of like hold up to my face. And I go, "What are you talking about?" But I kind of like make a move as if I'm like feeling it.
She's like, all right, yeah, I get it. That's cool. Yeah.
Now maybe if we can go somewhere private, we can talk about it. But I can't show this bad boy out in public. Feel me?
Yeah, okay. I thought it was bigger. The pictures made it out to be a bit bigger than that, but okay.
I mean, they didn't really get my nose right yet.
Yeah, you look really ugly in real life.
Oh my god.
I'll pretend you didn't say that.
I'm not taking you to where I live, but I know an inn. Hostel. Yeah, like, ILE on the end.
Did you say brothel?
No.
Hostile.
Hostel? Hostile hostel. You got money? It's private.
Oh my god. Abram is just rubbing the bridge of his nose.
Alright, you guys get the sea line. You're about 5 minutes away. It's been like a few minutes on the 5 minutes from where you came from. So it's like 5 minutes on this journey. And then the train comes to a gentle sloping stop.
And then we all die.
No. It just slowly, you feel the train slowing down. I was gonna make you guys roll perception, but no, there's really no need for that. I don't feel like you guys would miss the fact that bullet train is slowing down. This is not a stop.
Wait, I was gonna say, wait a second.
You check the digital readout map, and there's a dot, and it says like halfway from where you guys are to where you want to be.
Okay, what's going on? Are there windows?
You look out. I mean, you can look out windows, but it's just like tunnel. There's like
So I
lights
don't
and
see.
stuff like
So I don't see anything.
roll perception.
Rather.
We got skills for that,
Okay.
baby.
Well, I'm gonna do a thing then. Yeah, that's
Oh, go for it.
Abram. For
Abram.
God's sake.
Abram,
Look,
I'm so
it was
sorry.
the crowd. He really doesn't like crowds. He's off.
Abram, while you hold Nyx and Nyx holds you and tries to calm you down from your socialite adventures,
I rolled stealth and snuck away.
Aurelio notices like barely from very, very far away, and Nyx does too.
No,
Aurelio,
I didn't roll perception. I
He's just
rolled
hiding.
stealth.
you rolled stealth, really? Okay, well then Nyx notices out the window. She can't see this, but there's red and blue lights far down the tunnel from where you guys came from, flashing off in the distance, and way off, in like hundreds of feet down this tunnel, like crazy far away. But you noticed it.
Fuck.
In the train, nothing besides the lights and other people around you. Outside, no, it's actually very cold outside because this tunnel runs underneath water. I don't know, but you guys want to do it fast? I got a timer going.
Does Nyx tell us? Okay, I was gonna say.
There's a few
They're
people.
coming after us.
There's a hobo who's like, "What? Why are we stopped? We're not at the right place yet. Is it a malfunction?"
I look up. Is there one of those on like subways? There's usually
Hell yeah, is there a hatch?
Is there a hatch?
Each car.
Oh man. I'm not gonna make you roll because that was some creative investigation there. You look up and you see like an emergency hatch with a big red like handle on top of it.
I just point up, go, we leave.
Abram gets up and starts standing up on the seats, trying to open it.
Roll athletics.
Okay.
I assist.
I'm bad
Okay.
at everything
Yeah,
right now.
Abram,
Please
roll with
assist.
advantage.
Isn't that
Okay.
interesting?
With you and Aurelio, that's what it means is Abram gets advantage.
Well, that's my first one.
All right, Abram, you grab hold of the red like handle, and like you gently put like some pressure on it, and it does not yield. And then you go like no, and then you just yank it to the left, and you see like brown rust like jump off the hinge, and then you push upwards, and the thing does not want to give, but there's very little that you will yield for when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. Except this is very movable. You just throw it up and it jumps off its own hinges.
Okay.
And that's
No, it's fine.
It's just open space above you.
Okay, well, he looks down. Let's go.
The hobo looks at you guys like, what the fuck are they doing? Just wait for the people to show up and like
You didn't see anything. He points at the hobo.
roll intimidation.
I can't wait for this to fail. Hold. Where's my intimidation thing?
He's like
Actually, I'm just-
underneath the seat.
I'm just rolling
Yes.
intimidation as well because I also want to intimidate.
Sure,
someone.
all three of you will add up the intimidation.
We all just scream, go.
He like fucking pisses himself. He like slinks into his own coat and like pulls out like a brown bagged like bottle and just like swigs from it. He's like, I didn't see nothing.
Okay, now that's
I
handled.
ain't a snitch.
And he does.
All right,
Abram, please.
I also give him a boost.
you leave
everyone's
Aurelio
shorter than me.
behind.
No.
No, then we just hold our hands down. And
Yeah,
Like a
you're
little-
all on top of the train, and it's pretty lot of clearance above between you and the ceiling. But there's like lights that look like you'd have to duck under if the train was actually moving. Wouldn't suggest it. Train goes really fast, so
Can we leave Samantha?
she's like trying to climb up with you guys.
oh no, we can't leave her because she assisted us escaping. Come on.
You don't know where the hostel. Oh yeah, thank you, thanks. That was very nice of you. I appreciate
Abram
that.
does not help, but yeah, he doesn't stop.
She like looks alive.
No, I'm sure she doesn't.
What she lived.
Okay, you guys gotta get off the train, or do you run? Do you? She's like that way. We gotta go where the train was going. Okay, you all just you jump on down. You slide down the side of the.
No, wait. Can I? How tall is the clearance between the top of the train?
Oh fuck! It's like 10 feet, but like it slides, it slopes. I'll let it. I'm not gonna make you roll like acrobatics for this one.
I'm gonna stay on.
You gonna stay on the train?
I'm gonna walk on top of the train.
Okay. You walk on top of the train while Nix walks on the bottom, and Abram exists like some kind of Heisenberg particle in between the two of them, along with Samantha.
So gotta have the high ground, guys.
I
Obi-Wan
understand. It's a
Kenobi
good
told us.
idea. It's a good idea.
Behind you guys see more red and blue lights like coming up the tunnel. And eventually, Aurelio, you run out of train, and you start sloping downwards to the nose of this bullet train, this silvery chrome bullet train.
I just slide down.
Kinda. Sorta. Okay. And as you walk down the windshield, you see a man who looks very concerned. He's got like a fancy hat on. He's like got a white shirt and like a little badge, and he's just like, "What the hell are you doing?"
I just hold up like a folded piece of paper that has like scribbles on it because I can't write, but you can't see it inside. And it's like folded the way like a book would be, but like a drop down like an.
Are you trying to
SAI
psychic
badge.
paper the engineer?
Yeah.
Roll persuasion.
What?
What are you trying to do? I'll do it.
I just like quickly flash it and I just go, just doing some maintenance. Don't worry about it. We're just examining. We're gonna go up ahead and
Okay.
figure out what's going on.
Okay, roll
What's-
persuasion. Roll persuasion or deception? What are you proficient in?
Deception.
I want you to use the one that you're proficient in. Yeah, he's like, okay. You just like walk down, leaving these muddy boot prints across the windshield as you go.
Don't worry, it's all part of the thing. Don't worry. I'll call you. Let you know.
I really hope I didn't fuck up the audio big time for this thing. This is gonna be so much fun to listen to later. But you walk down the nose and jump onto the monorail portion, and then you're back with your three friends. And you guys just run, I guess.
Yeah,
Alright.
we just book it.
You just fucking book it. That's fair. It's
Not
another.
suspicious at all.
It's another like 100 feet, and you guys see the red and yellow lights getting closer and closer. And from around the bend, you see like it's some kind of long black and white and blue vehicle with red and blue flashing lights, and it's not touching the ground.
Oh,
We need to
good.
hijack that. I want it.
And it's pulling up behind the train, and there's not enough clearance for it to get past the train.
Then we keep going.
Do you guys
Yeah,
try?
we're not stopping.
What are you looking for?
An exit. Like, you know how, like, in a...
Yes.
You know, it's like the tunnels, there's, like, the little, like...
Like maintenance
Yeah.
staircases or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you see to the left of you, after maybe like 100 feet or so, you see a door, like a heavy door, and some stairs that lead up to it with some railing.
Let's go in there.
Okay. You jiggle the handle and it doesn't move.
Can we kick it?
Hold smash, let's do this.
You got a variety of tools. You all got to paint me a word picture. All right, roll an attack roll. You blast a hole in like the side of the metal, and the lock like explodes outwards, and there's some gears like just bounce around, but it does not yield still, and you just have this mess of a lock.
Maybe it's weaker.
I take out my knives, and because they're throwing knives and they're relatively small, I try to, like, the lock.
Where the fuck did you get those?
I start with 2 knives, but there's
yeah.
gears behind it.
There
Gears behind
were. Now they're on the floor. now there's
Oh.
now there's a hole in the door.
Well, then I just use them to, like, jimmy it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I try to kick the door.
All right, you kick the door and it bends. There's like a footprint, but it doesn't knock down yet. If you guys want to roll athletics and dexterity rolls, respectively.
I roll dexterity to throw myself
Okay.
into it.
Do I roll dex or does it matter which?
What are you trying to do, Abram?
I guess I'm still kicking it. I don't know what else we can do to it.
Going
So that's
manual?
athletics.
I mean, there's more than just a lock that makes up a door.
Nah.
Okay.
The hinges.
You bounce into it, but it don't go.
Fine. Just grab them and
Just take the hinges off. Do you have a screwdriver? Yeah. Do you have something that would like make sense to knock that out? Roll dexterity. This is it, huh? A dexterity save.
There's no other dexterity.
Yeah, that's fine.
I see her do it, and I'm like, man, I'll try.
Okay.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Let me try.
Good idea.
Yeah, do it.
By sheer virtue of removing all of the parts of this door.
We'll get it.
Yeah.
There we go.
You by
I rolled
combination
2 ones, I understand.
of dexterous finessel like removing of parts, and then at one point just straight up taking a gun and blowing apart the hinges, you've removed all of the parts that could possibly hold this door in its door frame.
They'll
Yes.
never know which way we went.
And then Abram, you just kind of like you pull the handle like to pull the door open, and the entire door just like slowly leans back and then like falls past you guys over the railing and into the monorail rail.
Fuck.
And I just have an empty gaping hole where the door used to be.
Well, that's
and
not
some-
safe.
Messed up hinges.
Abram,
Yes.
when we go through the door, you and me are gonna grab the door and just pull it
And
into
put it
place.
back.
They will never notice that.
The exploded
It's dark.
everything. Okay, well we do that.
Samantha is
We
like,
put the door back.
holy shit. Alright, you guys go through, and then you crudely put this destroyed, bent, mangled door back into its frame. And then you go up the stairs that are behind it into a large, red lit, warm, hot, sweaty alcove. And then after you're about 10 feet up the stairs, you hear the door fall over.
Fuck.
And then
And we're gonna call it there.
you keep going and off into the wild green yonder, and we'll never know what happens.
Okay.
All right, and now I'm gonna hit the stop recording on this wild cliffhanger moment.
It's wild ride.